What's up, fearless followers? It's Josh, and it's Sunday morning on the 5th of July. Hope you had an amazing 4th and a restful time. We're here getting ready for church, if you can see that. And I'm doing the fearless word of the day, and I'm a little sweaty, to be honest, because it's going to be really hot out today. But if you've been following along with us, you probably heard this commandment at least 3 times this week in the Fearless Word and in the daily readings. But God says to his people in Exodus 20, you shall not murder. And we'll talk about this in the message this weekend, but that word murder isn't a general term for any killing at all. It's specifically for premeditated murder, the planned taking of a life. And all of that starts here. It starts in how we think about people, the way that we see them, the way that we understand them. And what God is saying to his people is don't stew in anger and plan the death of someone else. That's out of bounds. And I think many of us wouldn't move toward acting on murder in the action in of itself. But I think a lot of us, if we're honest, have thought, maybe while we're driving, maybe in a moment of frustration, have thought something like this: I wish they were dead. Now, maybe not that graphic, but certainly the anger and the sentiment behind it. And what we'll learn this weekend, and what Jesus tells us, is that is the same in God's eyes. And what we think in our minds and what we hold in our hearts oftentimes leads us into sinful action. And so for me today, just as I've been thinking about this all week, as I listened to the message last night, I've been thinking about my thoughts. And I had a professor once tell me in seminary, we are responsible for thinking about what we think about. Think about what you think about. How often do we actually think about the thoughts that we have and think through, maybe keep track of or pay attention to the negative, hurtful, and even hateful thoughts that we have about others in moments of anger and frustration? And that's the challenge for me today, and I think for all of us. It's not just about staying away from the action in and of itself, though that's important, but the thought and the heart behind it, that matters to the Lord as well. So fearless followers, let's think about what we think about. Think about people in a way that honors God and values life. That's the word of the day. Some of you, we'll see you in just an hour or so. Some of you, we won't see you, but you'll be at your church, whether at Cultivate or Third Coast. May the grace and peace of God be with you. We'll see you later.